lovers and haters of Rod Seller. It's Rod Seller again, coming to you today. And today, as an apologist for this information, okay, I've come to defend myself, or defend the information. And I've printed out the chicken or the egg post from Lawrence Spencer's Alien Interview website. I'll have a link in the description below. But let's remind ourselves why there's so many priests in my comment section. And priests continue to preach their nonsense, right? So the priests or prison guards were used to help to reinforce the idea that the individual is only a biological body and not an immortal spiritual being. The individual has no identity. The individual has no past lives. The individual has no power. Only the gods have power, and the gods are the contrivance of the priests who intercede between men and the gods they serve. Men are slaves to the dictates of the priests, who threaten with eternal spiritual punishment if men do not obey. What else would you expect on a prison planet where all the prisoners have amnesia and the priests themselves are prisoners? There you go. There you go. And that's from page 155, 156 of Roswell Elliott Interview. And we're going to do some more reading. Okay. So we got chicken and the egg posts, and I'll have a link in the description below. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna read the bottom. This is Lawrence Spencer himself. He's speaking. The book I wrote in 1999, The Oz Factors, discusses the subject of vested interest and the adverse event those have on problem solving and on the perception of truth. There are a large number of professional UFO experts who have a very big vested interest in promoting their own personal brand of UFO research. There are even a great number of priests who claim to have an exclusive monopoly on spiritual wisdom. Several of these self-appointed authorities who earn their living by telling people what to think about the UFO phenomenon or about their own souls have attacked the publication of Alien Interview. In fact, these people spend a great deal of time attacking each other and their conflicting ideas and personal agendas. They do this for the same reason that politicians attack each other. Their personal power and wealth depend on the sway of public opinion towards their own brand of truth. The financial vested interests, such as persons, are obvious. Book sales, donations, tithes, speaker fees, video sales, t-shirts sales, subscription fees, TV shows, production money, advertising from income websites, etc. One wishes to investigate the motivation behind the truth, as reported by self-appointed critics who see all, know all, tell all, in an effort to eliminate their competition. Just follow the trail of money to their bank accounts and trace their sources. I have responded publicly to negative reviews in which I'm essentially called a liar. I am flattered by the assertions that I have enough creative enough imagination to have written it myself. However, this does not change the facts of the matter, which are very, very simple. The transcripts from the interviews at the Roswell Army Air Force Base took place in July and August of 1947. They were sent to me with personal letters and notes from a nurse who was stationed at Roswell, New Mexico in 1947. I have received emails from dozens of people around the world who have advised me that the transcripts published in the book contains ideas, words, phrases, and concepts that are just like their own religion, fill in the blank. Although I have personally studied Dianetics and Scientology for many years, just like several million other people, doesn't make the chicken lay the egg. I am sure there are similarities claimed to exist between the transcripts and other philosophies really do exist. It is not difficult to point out similarities between information in transcripts and nearly any spiritual philosophy or religion. The transcripts make it very clear that the domain brought the Vedas, or the Vedic hymns, to Earth about 10,000 years ago. Most scholars who observe the Vedas, Vedic hymns, are the source material of many spiritual philosophies and many religions of the earth. However, when drawing comparisons, one must look who came first, chicken or the egg. When I received the transcripts from Matilda, I spent many months reviewing each detail of the matter, and in an attempt to authenticate the authenticity of the transcripts and their content. I have continued to do this, and as many others, since the transcripts were published. It's easy for a critic to flippantly discredit anything that threatens their vested interests. Just like any politician discredit another, it's all part of the games on prison planet Earth. I put prison in there, I'm putting in words, but it doesn't change the fact. One of the most interesting relations I discovered through my research, and you can do some research if you care, that Hubbard received his inspiration from a higher source. Further, Hubbard traveled intensively after World War II ended. He was involved in 1946 with Jack Parsons, who founded the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, which later became NASA. He was also associated with the dozens of government nuclear physicists who worked on the atomic bomb in New Mexico in 1947, only 100 miles away from Roswell. As a spiritualist and well-known science fiction writer during the 30s and 40s, it is not unlikely that he would have sought out information about the UFO crash at Roswell in 1947. Who else might he have been in communication with on Earth or elsewhere? Which came first, chicken or the egg? According to the transcripts, the domain has been searching all over the Earth for 3,000 members of its own personnel since 6,248 BCE. The Isbis, who were members of the Lost Battalion, have been inhabiting human bodies since that time, and this book describes that. The domain has been working actively to locate each of them and help them recover them from amnesia so they could return to active duty with the domain. Apparently, Matilda McConroy was one of the domain personnel. Therefore, what other persons could be member of the domain? And indeed, the domain search party. Which came first, chicken or the egg? Top secret transcripts of the interview at Roswell took place in July and August of 47. Elon Hubbard, founder of Scientology, did not publish his premiere book on the subject of Dianetics until May of 1950. Reportedly, he wrote the entire book in only 6 weeks, 3 weeks of planning and 3 weeks of writing. Therefore, the publication of Dianetics was more than 2 years after the interview between the alien pilot and the Roswell nurse. How many other people may have read the transcripts of these interviews? It is not my mission to protect or defend the material in the transcripts. They speak for themselves. A PDF copy of the book, available free of charge on the internet for anyone who cares to read about it or not. Is the subject matter of the transcripts controversial? Does the material revealed in the transcripts step on the toes of a lot of government, religious, and personal vested interests? Why would so many people be threatened? Why would so many people be threatened and even murdered by the government to keep this material from the public eye since 47? Why did Matilda keep the transcripts hidden for 60 years until just before her death? And this is from Lawrence R. Spencer, the editor of the book. He's the editor of this book. Okay, so there's a comment on here. Somebody named Spark Wells. He said, I had studied Dianetics and had joined up for a period. For me personally, it just doesn't sit right. I've been searching for something subconsciously my whole life. 2 years ago, I found Buddhism and it changed my life. I carried on searching. After much reading different clues and topics, I found yours, Matilda and Errol's book. It struck something deep in me. Enough of it for me. Oh, it struck something different. It struck something deep inside me. Enough for it to be on my mind a lot. I know it's true because it feels right. I'm in your corner. Regards, Mark. I know we're in 10 minutes, but so according to Lawrence, guys, I know if you guys want to read this yourself, because I know I can't read that well, because I got a speech impediment. If you guys want to read the thing yourself, I have a link of this chicken or the egg post by Lawrence Spencer himself. According to Lawrence Spencer, the founder of Scientology did not publish his book until 2 years after the interview between Errol, the alien pilot, and Matilda, the Roswell nurse. So all of you who saying that, oh, this book is fake, this book is fiction, blah, 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 blah. And like I said, he has his disclaimer on here to protect himself, you know. Even Matilda asked him to you know, oh, if you're going to publish this book, don't risk your life doing it, saying that you made it up or whatever, you know. But there you go. You guys want to sit here and I notice these New Testament apologists come on my channel. They're priests. At the beginning, in fact, before I leave, let's remind ourselves why the priests come on my channel. They come on my channel saying that I don't know what I'm talking about, saying that I am a liar, I am deceiving everybody and all this stuff, when in fact Christianity is the greatest deceiver of all time. Oh, Russia's Illuminati, oh my gosh, he's Illuminati. Oh, no, I'm not with them. I'm not with no Illuminati and Freemason and none of that. I'm not with them because you see the pyramid that the Freemason and all that do, that empowers the four screens. And if you read this book, you'll find that out. Okay? But there you go. Let's just, you know, in closing, let's remind ourselves why priests and all these people want to say, oh, and all these people who claim that they're UFO experts when in fact they push New Age, like Bill Ryan from Project Avalon and Project Camelot. They push the Galactic Federation crap. Oh, the Galactic Federation is coming to save you. Galactic Federation is coming to help you, and it's going to be financial reset and all this other stuff, right? They push that. And then they want to sit there and say, oh, reptilians are not bad. They're not bad. You know, it's just foolishness, man. So, and like I said, Bill Ryan, I think he's a priest of some sort. So, once again, priesthood or prison guards were used to help to reinforce the idea that an individual is only a biological being, or a biological body, and not an immortal spiritual being. The individual has no identity. The individuals have no past lives. The individual has no power. Only the gods have power. And the gods are the contrivance of the priests who intercede between men and the gods that they serve. Men are slaves to the dictates to the priests who threaten with eternal spiritual punishment if men do not obey. Like I said, once you guys get the book, it's on page 155. Like I said, the book speaks for itself, you know. So, but this is not only the only video saying that, you know, I gotta defend. I'm an apologist for this thing. Now, Lawrence may not defend against the information. He may not defend it, but I will. I will defend the thing because I read the book many times. I've listened to it many times. I went to back of the Constitution. I listened to all of his when he read the book out loud and stuff. I bought audiobooks of Alien Interview, and I've read it with the audiobook. And I find the book to be, like I said, it fits reality to the T. I've always wondered why Errol never mentioned Jesus Christ and all that stuff. Matilda was a devout Catholic, if you read the book. But I know I'm spoiling the thing. But like I said, she said, I thought an immortal spiritual being was only for the God, the Father, and Jesus Christ. Not even Mother Mary is an immortal spiritual being, but I didn't know I was an immortal spiritual being. That's what Matilda said in the book. That's what she said. And there you go. And Errol never mentions Jesus. Obviously, Jesus was made up. It's obvious. Not only that, Errol has described that Yahweh, old empire operative, to keep us here in prison. But y'all were the priests who keep coming on my channel saying that I'm deceiving everybody, right? No, I'm not deceiving y'all. I'm trying to give you what reality truly is, man. So I know I'm stuttering and stuff, but like I said, you get links below, and like I said, I give you a link of the PDF version of Roswell Elliott interview. You know, I can do all that, okay? But I think the information is real, okay? Prison world always getting worse and worse. I mean, look at the reports of Florida. People counterfeiting money just to survive, and they get arrested, right? And everything's falling apart. All these stores are closing. All this stuff's closing. The economy's getting worse. I hear talk about a depression. I hear talk about all that. And like I said, no matter how bad things get, this is my only comfort, okay? Even if they kill this flesh body, I know I'm beyond the body, okay? This book changed my life. It could change yours too. You don't need the Bible. The Bible is an evil book. Same with the Quran. Those books are evil, okay? They promote slavery. In fact, I recently read in a version of the Quran, he's saying that black slaves are treated as animals, okay? I mean, just ridiculous. And y'all want me to, oh, you better submit to Allah, or I'm gonna cut your head off and all this crap. And I'm like, no, we're not submitting, okay? We're tired of the old empire. We're tired of you priests. We're tired of being prisoner, okay? This is a spiritual revolt. That's what's going on here. It's a revolt going on. This is the revolt, okay? We are revolting because we no longer take that crap. Or a God who doesn't care about us, saying that we deserve to be slaves for life and stuff, was wrong. You know? It's just wrong. Anyway, like I said, let me close this. I know this is a little lengthy video, but like I said, chicken or the egg, I even printed it out. There you go. Chicken or the egg. Lawrence Spencer. I'll have a link at the bottom of the video. Alright guys, so lovers and haters of Rod Seller, I know you like to pick on my reading, saying I don't know how to read and all this stuff, but I'm doing the best I can, okay? I don't even have a studio, I don't have any equipment, I only have my phone. That's it, I'm serious. So, Rod Seller, signing out!